out.
All right, putting some things on note and on blast here today. One thing got to point out to you. Got to call out this rock scam. Jay, you said your buddy wants to send out this PSA to restaurant owners. They said there have been incidents where scammers are putting rocks in their food while at the restaurant.
Yes, what they do is they'll put it in their food and they'll complain to the management saying, there's rocks in my food. Then they'll come back either that day or the next day with an invoice from a dentist saying, you owe me $7,500 for my dental work and blah, blah, blah. And it's a real scam that's going on. My buddy works in the restaurant industry and it said it's happened at his restaurant before. There's YouTube videos because I was doing some research. There's a video from a year ago and it looks like it's a restaurant from downtown West Palm Beach.
Dang.
One of the ones you like. I forget I don't want to say the wrong name just in case I'm wrong here. But there was a woman and it was her and her daughter and her granddaughter, and they were putting rocks in the food. The guy had to call the cops. He did this whole investigation. It was something else, but he wants to put a PSA out there for anyone who is in the restaurant business, owns a restaurant. Beware of the rock scam.
Whoa.
Dang.
It's kind of crazy. Now, we've heard about things getting out of control when it comes to HOAs. I don't know if I've ever heard a crazier story than the one I was reading over the break about Sandy Martinez. She owes $165,250 in code enforcement fines for minor property violations after the Florida Supreme Court declined to hear her case, ending her legal fight. Now, she lives in Lantana with 6 people and 4 vehicles. And because the driveway couldn't fit all the cars, one vehicle often had 2 tires on the lawn. And they didn't realize, but it was triggering a $250 per day fine that started in May of 2019.
See, that's what's out of control. Your HOA should not be allowed to fine you for having cars in your driveway and one tire is touching the grass. That is ridiculous. It's overreach of power. We've got to defund the HOAs.
To me, that's a war.
That's a war.
That's a war you just started with.
They're charging her $200 a day for that ridiculousness.
Yeah.
They have a lot of people living there. They have a lot of cars. It's their driveway and their property. This is ridiculous.
That's how you push somebody over the edge. That's sick of the system, sick of everything.
HOAs should not have this much power.
It says the fine continued for 407 days, totaling $101,750. Now, Martinez sought a compliance inspection but couldn't reach code enforcement, and she thought the issue was resolved because she couldn't get a hold of anybody. And the fines only stopped in June of 2020 after a reinspection confirmed compliance. But then when she tried to refinance her home, they're like, yeah, you got a lien. You got all kinds of problems going on here. And each fine exceeded the cost of the repairs themselves that went into the cosmetic cracks in her driveway. There was also a storm damaged fence. And she's saying, okay, well, this is just way too obscene because we're talking about a $165,000 fine now.
Good luck getting that from me.
It's disgusting, actually. And there should be no world that we live in where the HOA is allowed to levy a fine like this for such a tiny non-issue.
Because somebody on that HOA staff is like, no, I don't care. Stick by the rules. Charge her.
I love people that yell, oh, we got to follow the rules. No, you don't have to follow the rules. You can actually be something called a kind and understanding neighbor. And you can understand that there's 6 people that live in that house. They're trying to park a lot of cars in their driveway, and you can be kind to them.
They say the Institute for Justice argued the penalties violated Florida's excessive fines clause, saying that the law exists to prevent people from being fined into poverty. And while Martinez's home is protected from foreclosure under Florida's homestead exemption, the group says the fines effectively strip her home equity and make selling or relocating nearly impossible until she can pay off $165,000. That
is disgusting.
That's when I would turn into Rambo. Like, it would bring out the worst part of me.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Rambo's bad, by the way.
The thing is, I just don't even know what her power is because the Florida Supreme Court declined to hear it. So she's done with, I don't know.
Why would the Florida Supreme Court do something so ridiculous and allow them to do this to her? $200 a day.
It's insane.
Come on.
Absolutely insane.
That's when I grow a beard and I make a little shack out in the woods somewhere and just say, figure it out, y'all.
That's how you push somebody into being a Ted Kaczynski.
That's, I mean,
it is.
You're not lying.
You drive a person crazy by something like this.
Well, that's anything like that.
That's
crazy.
So much money.
Yeah.
It's so much money. You know what? Somebody should start a GoFundMe for her to pay it, so she doesn't have to come up with that on her own. And maybe everybody like me who hates their HOA will have a passionate response and donate to it to help her, because that is ridiculous.
I mean, does anyone ever like their HOA? And
the people on the HOA board love it because they enjoy making other people in their neighborhood miserable.
Other than them, does anyone just go, I have a great HOA. They are amazing. I love when they tell me I can't put up a flag or I can't put up a decoration.
I'm sure it's possible to have a cool HOA. I just don't know of one.
I never heard of it. It's kind of like a cool bouncer. I've heard of them.
Now, several people are saying that she doesn't live in an HOA. It's Lantana Code Enforcement who is after her, the town itself. And maybe that's why the Florida Supreme Court won't hear the case, is because it's Lantana Code Enforcement, not an HOA.
Gotcha. But still make no mistake. We hate HOAs here, Kevin.
I
we
get
hate
that,
HOAs. And we also don't understand the story.
Yes. I do not listen to details.
Wow.
So wait, this is beef with the city?
Sounds like it. Yeah, it's Lantana Code Enforcement. Those are the fines, and that's where they've come from.
Lantana Code Enforcement. Y'all need to get it together. Let's treat our neighbors with love and kindness and respect. Not insulting them, not being cruel to them, not fining them $200 a day. Lantana, it's embarrassing.
Yeah. Okay, that got my attention. Something else that I need to call out. This is absolutely insane. And you cannot, with a body, save a parking spot. That just needs to be said because it's getting out of control, where humans are standing in parking spots and somebody with a car is coming up and trying to get into the parking spot and they will not allow them. This actually happened here in South Florida with a woman who sat down in a parking spot. There's no car anywhere close, anywhere near. Probably got a call, hey, I'm 10 minutes out.
It's going to be hard to move her.
And
if she's sitting.
Well, listen to her. It's pretty crazy because here they are. Like, they've got their car right there. She's sitting down in the parking spot and they're recording her. And she sees it and she's yelling back at them.
Nobody's upset. I do not give you consent to videotape me. I do not give you consent to videotape me. You're in public. It's consent is implied.
Yeah, they're like, you cannot record me. I do not give you consent. And they're like,
they're doing it
wrong
all
again.
They're doing it all wrong.
Everything. Can we just honestly, if you don't have a car, you don't get the parking spot.
It is the roughest thing to listen to when somebody is so clearly in the wrong and then they double down on it. with such passion and such pride, it really rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Somebody else that is doubling down. Remember the Palm Beach pig eater who was out there? He was eating a raw pig right there by the clock tower on Palm Beach.
He's just weird. Dude, you can't do that, dude.
Trying to block that out for the holidays.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. Well, he's 27-year-old TikToker, Jonathan Houston, and he now says that he is going to be fighting the charges against him.
Legally, I'm innocent. Nutritionally, animal organs are the most nutrient-dense foods on planet Earth. Anthropologically, all of the Great Plains tribes ate raw animal organs. The Comanche, the Sioux, the Blackfoot, the Lakota. Same thing with the Arctic region, the Inuit, the Inuk.
Dude,
okay, shut up.
Oh,
he reminds me of my ex-brother-in-law. Shut the hell up with all your big words and your fancy talk around. No.
It's crazy that all these people doing TikTok stunts and all that. They think there's no laws because you're going live on your broadcast. They think you can do whatever you want.
You're in a public space pulling out the organs and entrails of an animal with lots of blood going everywhere. So you're making a mess. You're grossing everybody out. How is this even... How did they not put him in jail?
You're not getting it, Virginia. There's also the long-toothed pig snapper hog. There's also a wild boar with a nose.
Oh, he had the most annoying, I think I'm smart voice. Yeah. Oh, that is so my ex-brother-in-law.
Yes, he goes to court here early in January. He's asked for public support. He will not get it from the KBJ show.
No, he will not.
Yes, can we give him the fine of the lady in Lantana?
Thank you.
The segment's starting to burn me up a little bit, dog.
We release the lady in Lantana and find this cat.
Yes. Got an interesting email from Peyton who says, my sister was blessed by Virginia's presence while eating her morning bagel in Tequesta on Saturday, December 20th. Apparently, Virginia marched over to a young guy and then had some very strong words for him in front of everyone. My sister said that the kid and his friends were white as ghosts after Virginia left. My sister later found out through heavy eavesdropping of the boys that it was Magnolia's ex-boyfriend. I must know the details of this interaction for Virginia's perspective.
Oh, the one you had issues with.
Yeah, the one that I do not care for.
Do you recall this confrontation?
I do.
Oh, boy.
Wait, this happened over the break?
This happened before the break.
Okay.
It's just now somebody saw the public confrontation who's now calling it out that Virginia's going to try to slide by.
I wasn't going to tell you.
It finally hit the news cycle.
Oh, boy.
So, okay, we were sitting there having our breakfast at our favorite little spot, Bagel Bistro in Tequesta. We love it. It's a yummy little spot for breakfast. And I didn't even recognize Magnolia's ex-boyfriend because it's been years since I've seen this cat. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, I do not like him, have major beef with him. I do not want anything to do with him. But he was in there eating, and Panda, when we got outside, Panda was like, I think he's in there. And I was like, wait, what? He was in there? I didn't even see him. I didn't even notice that was him. And I was worried because Magnolia was still there and we were leaving in a separate car.
Okay.
And I was like, no, that wasn't him. That definitely was not him. That was not him. Because I feel like I would have recognized him and been able to see that it was him, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And so I went back in to see that it was him, and he had to say something smart. So I had to say something smart
he
right
said
back.
Something. He started it?
Oh yeah, he's like, keep walking, lady.
He did not.
Yeah.
No, did he really?
Because I was eyeballing him, trying to see if it was him. And I didn't remember what he looked like.
Okay.
But if I have an enemy in the room, I need to know what they look like. So I had to go back in there and see. And he does look different. Everybody looks different from when they're 16 or 17 to when they're 20.
Yeah.
And you have to do this pretty much in every room you walk into.
I have to walk in a lot of rooms.
A lot of enemies.
So many enemies. So little time.
And he told you keep walking, lady?
Yeah. And then
no.
Yeah.
So now when he said that, did you turn around and snap back? Is that when you snapped?
You know I did.
So then what do you come back with then? He's sitting with some other guys?
Yeah, he's sitting with some other guys, and I was just like, oh, you're so... Because he also had a lot to say to me on Instagram, on the DMs. Like, he wrote some terrible things to me, and then I blocked him. But I was like, oh, you're so big and bad on the Instagram. You got so much to say on the Instagram, but now that you're here face to face, say it. So why don't you say it to me now? And
this is in the middle of the restaurant.
Oh, so loud.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And how did he react? What were his buddies doing?
Well, his buddies were like, this is a restaurant lady.
They said that?
That's what they said?
They were like, lady, this is a restaurant.
You don't care.
Well, in that moment, I was like, oh, yeah, this is a restaurant.
The waitress is walking by with French toast. And furthermore,
she's unhinged.
Wow. Oh, oh, this is amazing. And then how did it end? Did he shut
I just
it down?
laughed.
Okay.
I laughed. I was like, yeah.
After they said, lady, this is a restaurant,
Yeah.
you're like, all right. You
I
tucked
better
your tail
go.
and got out. Okay. Wow, that's a good one, though.
It's just not hitting the news cycle.
We can't let that one go.
No.
I was just worried because Magnolia was there and she didn't see him either.
Okay.
And so that was what was really worrying me. It was like, she didn't even notice him. I didn't even notice him. Panda was the only one that noticed.
Did you go up to his table and say, Tequesta's not big enough for the two of us? That'd have been a badass line.
Yeah, it's kind of what it sounds like where she was going with that. That's amazing. Well, number one thing, I got emails on here, starting with Carlos giving me an update in case I missed it, that the Miami Hurricanes beat the number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes on New Year's Eve, 24-14.
What was the Kevin Ralston's level of disappointment? Because I know back in the day when I first met you, you would take a loss pretty hard.
Yeah.
Where are you at mentally now?
Yeah, I mean, I was very disappointed, but I just when it started, I kind of saw it coming. And I know what my team does, and I kind of called it out. I actually have gotten to the point now where I'll go out and watch, Buckeye games when other things are going on. But it was kind of like a New Year's Eve thing. So I was out there, but at halftime they were just getting a pounding, and I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna go. And I wanted to get out of there before the roads got crazy. So
Yeah.
I went home, and
you do want to see good things for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I do. Look, I love the Hurricanes. I'm happy. I get where they're coming from because it was they're still butthurt over 2002 when Ohio State stole a national championship from them. So they just got to go win it all. But I got Charlie here. He's got the Ibis sitting there on the beach. Happy New Year. Yeah.
Are you being trolled?
Got a lot of it. I'm gonna just sit here and take it. I'm gonna stand in the paint.
You got
I'm
to
gonna
take the
stand in
wins,
paint.
but you got to take the losses.
You're right. I'm going to stand here in the paint, take it from the Canes fans here real quick today. Alonzo from Happy Dingoes. We decided to go as a family to the Ohio State game on New Year's Eve with our 4-year-old and 1-year-old. And it was 1,000,000% worth it. We were 4 rows from the field since prices were mad cheap, since apparently a bunch of Texas A&M fans pre-bought them and then were selling. So they were able to get there. So,
okay.
yeah, that's very cool for you guys to go there. I mean, that was a big upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the teams that are left are, kind of teams that haven't really won it for a while. So it's, I can get that. You get tired of seeing the same teams win it every year.
Yes.
So this year you don't have Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, those typical teams that win it are gone. So go Canes, baby. You got to do it now.
Well, now you have to do it for Kevin.
Right.
Because if you beat the Buckeyes, you better win the whole thing.
That's all I'm saying, yeah.
And Kevin hates when people taunt him when he's walking through Publix about a loss of the Buckeyes.
I've been getting it everywhere I go. I've been getting it everywhere, and I get it. It's deserved. Also, another little column out here. The team girls won at the opening night for the Winter Equestrian Festival on Saturday night, ending a several-year streak of the boys' team winning. So congrats to them. And yes, a heads up that all the festivities have been going on. You got all the show jumping and all that, like Friday and Saturday nights. You got your polo now on Sundays. It goes all the way for some of that, like April, May. But it's an amazing thing. And it took me years of being here before I finally got out there to start checking out those events. And they're absolutely fantastic to watch.
If the weather is nice, oh my gosh, it is a beautiful way to spend a Sunday.
Yep.
Just don't get behind that horse. They'll either poop on you or kick you.
Yeah, a lot of bad things come out of the back end of a horse.
And he has been kicked by a couple of horses.
I have. That is a true story.
Yes.